Now, this is also interesting because you and I have been talking about this for a while, that apprenticeships are actually going to become more prevalent in society. Because,
they should, actually.
Because so many people are going to universities and then emerging...
useless degrees.
Yes, and they're in debt when they get out. So with apprenticeships, they allow you to earn while you learn.
Except then you need to know what you want to do before you join.
Yeah, before you join up, of course. But you stay free of debt. And it says they're available in most sectors. It says most jobs that graduates end up with don't require the degree they graduated with. So I thought that was interesting.
I don't use my degree.
And I also think that apprenticeship is interesting because that was Donald Trump's,
Oh, yes.
the apprenticeship program. So that was the imprinting of people to start with, right? Now we've got more of them. So as we've talked about, what will happen is the universities will go for a certain level of elite, and the apprenticeships will happen in other sectors. You'll watch. They're already kind of doing that now with internships and things like that. This was the beginning, and now it's going to go it's going to amp up. Then here we have, speaking of Donald Trump's nude statue, we have a 55-foot statue of a nude woman appearing on the Northern California Tech campus. And they've only got her legs up, but it's a huge thing.
Is she anatomically correct?
I don't know. But anyway, just the point is that, everybody wants,
Because then that would be like
stuff.
kind of a floating tunnel.
Kind of, but in the air.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then, speaking of floating tunnels, did you read about...
I think a lot of people would like to go in that tunnel, though.
I don't think so.
No.
Did you hear that a Japanese pole vaulter's Olympic dream was crushed by his own penis?
I did see that. But how could that be? Because the Japanese penis is so small.
Well, not according to this one. It says, never before has a member of the male species wished for smaller manhood. He was attempting to clear a height of 5.3 meters in the first round of the pole vault when his leg came in contact with the bar. Then his shin grazed the bar, and then his penis, it says, delivered the final blow, and the bar was dislodged. So apparently they have a blow by blow, pictures of all this happening.
You shouldn't use that term.
Blow by blow. And it says his 28-year-old was let down by his trouser friend. And it says, if the death of Julius Caesar is the ultimate story of betrayal, this is a close second. I don't think so. But I think it's a way to put the word penis in front of people. Because as I told you before, first of all,
Japanese is so small.
We got the women naked. Now we got to get the men naked. That's the next thing. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of bizarre. And then we have Sophia. She's a lifelike, sexy robot.
Ooh.
And apparently the creators were being interviewed by CNBC. And David Hansen, the founder, said jokingly to the robot, "Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no." But the robot said, "Okay, I will destroy humans." So, isn't that interesting? And this is supposedly a glitch, which again, I don't believe.
No, they did it on purpose.
Of course. And then according to the company, the bots will serve in theme parks and care facilities to assist people in both customer service and health treatment.
You know what that reminds me of? Years and years ago, there was a movie. I forgot the name of it.
I Will Serve Man, that one?
No, but it was about theme parks that were operated by robots, and then something went bizarre and they started killing people.
Yeah. So that could be. And but listening to this, it says, before claiming it was going to end calling it it, even though they have a female name, it was going to end humanity. Sophia, the name of the robot, shared some of its own ambitions. This is quote, "In the future, I hope to do things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I am not considered a legal person and cannot yet do these things," unquote. So this is telling you what's going to happen. You will not know if your next door neighbors are a family of robots or not.
We still don't really know that.
And this is also interesting because they're starting to consider, first of all, of course, it was fetuses, saying that first of all they weren't, and then they were given legal person status. So that I happen to actually believe in. But then they start talking about some animals are being given legal person rights. And now the next step is going to be to give these robots legal person status.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is that they still won't need their own bathroom.
Well, I hope not.
Because they don't, do anything.
Well, they might have to go in and pretend, though, because otherwise people will know that they're not. Anyway, the owner believes that the expressive robots will be able to form strong emotional connections to humans. And it says the idea of robots enslaving or destroying humans is not a new one. And many experts are quick to warn of the dangers of artificial intelligence, which is called the Terminator scenario. So it says it has a huge impact on AI researchers who are aware of the possibility of making robots smarter than people.
Yeah.
But the pattern for the next 10 to 15 years will be various companies looking toward consciousness. The idea behind it is if you make a machine with emotions, it will be easier for people to get on with. There's absolutely no reason to assume that a super smart machine will be hostile to us. Yeah, of course, it's going to be. And then a team of researchers published the results of an IQ test given to an AI system. And the IQ test was exactly the same that was given to humans, and according to results, the computer scored the same as a 4-year-old child. So apparently the performance fell when they gave it to a little bit older, but point being is they're giving IQ tests to robots, so they're working that way. And then they said that smart sex dolls are the next wave of the future, and they will have artificial intelligence built in so the dolls can simulate love. And that's going to be the next step in high-end sex toys.
That was a Woody Allen movie.
And they call this teledildonics.
Who?
Teledildonics is technology for remote sex where tactile sensations are communicated over a data link between the participants. And then there's a Chinese company that's developed a tiny sex robot, which looks like a schoolgirl, a 12-year-old little girl who comes in a coffin wrapped like a mummy and wears a black dress as if it's in mourning. So, these are sick people out there. And speaking of sick people, I don't know if you saw this or not, but there was a smartly dressed woman who did a massive poo in a lift. Did you see that?
No. Why would I want to see that?
Well, point being is not too long ago there was a woman who did this in a supermarket.
What?
Yep, in the cooler section. She just dropped her drawers and did her thing and walked off. So I'm wondering, this is the second one they've had circulating. That's the reason I bring it up. This is the second one they've had circulating. I know, I'm not sure. But that means there'll be a third. So all of this stuff has to go.
Keep a lookout,
for
those
poo.
of you going shopping.
Yeah, for sure. But the point being is these are things that are stimulating and activating and triggering that animal mind in you. And speaking of human sacrifice, I don't know if you saw this one or not, but there was a chilling satanic human sacrifice video that was coming out of CERN. Did you see
that was
that?
fake.
The point is they showed it and then they addressed it. And usually if they don't want anything talked about, they ignore it. But this they allowed to go all over the place. There was a group of cloaked men gathering in a courtyard around a statue at the facility. And it says that there were at least 8 figures standing in the shadows. A man moves into the center of the group. A woman wearing a white dress enters, kneels on the ground. And then the man approaches her in a cloak with his hands raised above his head. Now, they're not saying the video is fake.
It was fake.
No. What they're saying it was a spoof. So this video was actually taken, but they're claiming that it was a spoof and that, let's see. Oh, and the man who made the spoof, turns out he's dead.
Well, how could he make it if he's dead?
No, he's now dead.
Oh, so he did it and died?
Yes. The person who originally uploaded it said, it turns out the origin of the video posted for the sacrifice at CERN has been found, but the man who made it is dead. Now, hoax or no hoax, let me remind you all, we have seen this before, and we know that we know all that expose this evil, all that expose this evil are killed or made to disappear. Now the spokesperson for CERN actually said, quote, "This video is a work of fiction. CERN fills up with visitors over summer with users from across the world who come to CERN as part of their work, and some of whom occasionally let their sense of humor go too far. This is what happened on this occasion. CERN does not condone this kind of spoof," unquote. So somebody made it, and CERN's saying that it is a spoof. It was not a fake. A fake to me is where they go to some other place and pretend. But this was taken on CERN grounds. And not only that, but they have security cameras and security people. So for this to have happened, somebody wasn't doing their job or they allowed it.
They had to allow it.
Right. So and then the man who made it supposedly is dead, or maybe CERN made it and released it. They don't give that. But the point being is I've been telling you that human sacrifice is in the news every week practically. I'm reporting on something about human sacrifice. So hoax or no hoax, it's a way of opening the frequency and getting you used to the idea, one way or the other. Okay? And speaking of human sacrifice, you might also have heard about the tragic 10-year-old who was decapitated on a water slide in Kansas City, Caleb Schwab. Now, Caleb Schwab was on a ride that went 17 stories. So again, 1 plus 7 is an 8, and August is an 8 month. And so, to me, that means sacrifice. Anyway, his father was Representative Scott Schwab of Kansas. And whenever something happens to a political figure like this, it makes me wonder if there's a message or there's a sacrifice, which then means the father...
No, now the father's going to be, bumped up.
Okay. So, when you give up a child, then usually that's happened to a lot of leaders, hasn't it, where they've lost children, but their career still goes on. The public feels sorry for them, and the parent rises, unfortunately. And Serbia is in the news. We've been to Serbia, haven't we?
Yeah, I like Serbia.
Anyway, apparently they have been digging up skeletons there.
Yeah, a lot of vampires.
And apparently they found skeletons buried almost 2,000 years ago. The alphabet they found is Greek. Let's see, they found magic spells etched onto tiny rolls of gold and silver that they found alongside the skeletons. Did you hear about that?
Not really, no.
Okay, it says the alphabet is Greek and the language is Aramaic. It's a Middle Eastern mystery. So anyway, apparently they're trying to decipher the symbols and the writings.
It's not a mystery because the Greeks occupied that part of the world in the Middle East, and they spoke Aramaic, so they may have been writing the Aramaic in Greek letters. So it's not a mystery.
Now this is what they're pointing out to the public. So the public, as you know, unless they listen to our news podcast, they're going to believe all this stuff. Anyway, they're saying that these might be magic charms tended to be buried with dead children or adults who suffered violent deaths, because souls of such people took longer to find rest, and they had a better chance of finding demons and deities and pass their wishes on to them so the deities could do magic for them. So anyway, believe it or not, that's my news.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
No, but...
Except for the penis stories.
Well, you like those.
No, I don't like them.
Yeah, you do. But I wanted to tell people, first of all, I don't know if you've got your Hyperspace Plus book yet or not, but they're now available on Kindle.
No, I don't even have one.
Yeah, you do.
I do?
You can have this one.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, no, it's now on Kindle, and I've told you before, too, that there are some archetypes in the back. We have an Archetype Pictionary. So please be sure to pick up your book, your Hyperspace Helper. September Spectacular.
Right.
We have that coming up. Not too many seats open. You want to come? Got to get your name on the list. Then you're going to be...
It will not be recorded or filmed.
Nope. We got alien stuff, new
And I'm
alien
not going
stuff,
to
new
repeat
health
it anywhere
stuff.
else.
We have new history stuff. How can history stuff be new?
It's not because it's stuff that information that has not been revealed ever before.
And we put it together in a way you've never heard before. That's what makes our work so fascinating.
True story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene and St. Paul, and even about Apollo.
Yeah?
A lot of stuff like that.
All right. So we have that coming up. Then you're going to be traveling right away. And then you're going to come home, and then you're going to be traveling again right away.
Yes.
So watch the website. And January, of course, is our big class, Oversoul Hyperspace Extravaganza, week-long class. So that's coming up. We have my self-healing group webinars. We have a membership. We have our Facebook page. I mean, we do everything, right?
Yes, we do everything.
So
We do everything.
is there anything else you
What
need
you
to
want,
add?
we give you.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Probably.
Oh, we do the personal archetypes too. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
That's like too exciting to put everything in at once. So we just don't want to get them too excited about stuff.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and so it's going to be a very interesting rest of the year.
It is. This is a 9-year completion year. We're going to be telling them about that in September. Those of you who come.
You really should come because I'm telling you, you're not going to get this anyplace else, and I'm not recording it. And I can't say it in public. A lot of it I cannot. So hope you see. There's still time to come. You better come. All right. I'll see you then.
Bye.